Morning. Happy Thursday. Hello, Para. Welcome to today's Microsoft Flight Simulator, the ever-continuing adventures as we fly here, there, everywhere we can. You know, that sort of stuff. I'm your host and pilot, Uncle B. Today we are in the Cessna 208 Bravo, the Grand Caravan, the family model, I guess you could say. We are departing from Gainesville, Florida on runway 29, direct departure, heading to Augusta, Georgia, landing on runway 26. Here's our arrival portion. And we will be on the ground before we know it. It says about an hour 41 total flight time. It might be a little bit less than that. We shall see. Waiting to see if anybody wants to join in. Thought Patrice was flying. He may be getting ready to go to work. So, I am well. Yeah. Just still kind of waking up, but I've been up for a while. It's like even though I'm working through my coffee, it's like I'm waking up. But anyway, so basically, I'll just kind of go over what we're gonna take off. We're gonna fly out a little bit from our runway. Then I'll activate the autopilot. We'll turn this way and start heading north. We'll pass near Jacksonville, way off to the right will be Fernandina Beach Airport, where I'll kind of go over some things while we're waiting to see if anybody's going to fly with us today. Right here, this patch of land right there. If you go down to Amelia Island for the Concourse d'Elegance, this is where you park, unless you stay at the fancy hotel, which is over right. Is it there? No, it's another one. It's up the road a little bit. I know they have to bring you there, or is it down? Maybe it is right over here somewhere. Anyway, I'm looking for the area where I know you could see the hotel. I think, is it there? Maybe it's over here. Anyway, yeah, you park there, and then they have a shuttle bus that brings you over. We'll continue along here. We'll cross over into Georgia, Brunswick, been through there. And then we're going to pass over Savannah, right there. Or kind of the outskirts of Savannah, on the east or western side of Savannah. And we'll pass near Savannah Airport there. We'll continue on. I think we'll pass into, get into South Carolina for just a short while before we turn back in and head back into Georgia to land here at Augusta. Of course, Augusta is famous for the Masters golf tournament. Is held here at Augusta National. There's lots of interesting history in this area, aside from the famous golf game. But yeah, if you ever get to go to Augusta, there's plenty of Civil War history here that's been preserved. So, yeah, good stuff. I'll be in chat whenever I can. That's fine, Para. Don't worry about it. No worries at all. I'm just seeing if anybody's going to fly. If not, we're going to... Oh, Patrice is not on now. But I'll wait a few more minutes. If anybody has any questions about the flight, I'll be happy to answer them as best as I can. Had a great time watching Captain Arish last night on one of the legs in New Zealand. I guessed within 1 FPS his landing rate at their destination airport today, so I got to pick the landing challenge for him to do after he concluded the flight. So that was kind of fun. Yeah, hadn't won one in a while with him. Well, it's not bad here right now, but it's probably going to be another hot day. So yeah, watch that. Yeah. So What else? I did that yesterday evening. Yeah, we're just waiting on. So Gainesville is actually kind of give you an idea where things are. So there's Jacksonville. So Gainesville's here, and I think I'm trying to remember where is I'm looking for I think Orlando's farther down. There it is. So it's almost a little more than halfway between uh, Jacksonville and Orlando. I've stayed in Orlando before. I think the second time I went to was it the second? Yeah, second time I went to Sebring, I stayed in Orlando. It wasn't a very bad drive. It's as long as you got up early and got out before the traffic really started. It was good. All right, we'll wait a few more minutes. No rush, no worries. Let's see if anybody's going to fly along with us today. If not, it's perfectly fine. We're going to get up to about 13,000 feet. Once we are here, it's interesting. So whoopee, and then ALD. We're just going to start making some. So here, 12,000, 11,000, 10,000. So that we'll just make small reductions in altitude, and we have to be at 8,000 feet at this point, and then from here it'll just be, we'll set up for our arrival and everything. So that's the plan for that. Yeah, it's Sebring's. I for quite a while I thought it'd be amazing to live near Sebring. Like there's a couple small towns near there. There's Sebring proper. There's Avon Park, isn't very far. So I'm like, I'd like to live somewhere near a proper racing circuit, not a once in a while street racing thing, but an actual proper racing circuit itself. Um, but yeah, I Sebring is amazing, and if you ever get a chance to go, I know for many people it may be well outside their ability to do so, but if you ever get a chance to go, it's an absolutely amazing track to spectate at. There's around the back straight here, you could see where the cars drive, and then they make that long right-hand turn onto the main straight. Usually, they'll put like grandstand seating back here, like bleachers, and you could see the cars coming down the back straight and getting ready to. They'll start accelerate like on the start, and all that, and you can get grandstand tickets here, and the views are pretty good. You can get them right over pit road, and like the teams all have their trailers and everything back in here. This whole area is a paddock area, but if they have to pull the car off, sometimes they'll be here. Or I got a picture of them working on one of the Corvettes during the first time I went to the 12-hour race in 2004. I usually would hang out right around here for a while because you get some good pictures of the cars coming, accelerating from underneath the bridge and heading towards the hairpin here. Got some good pictures here as well from here. But yeah, it's an amazing circuit. So yes, it's still partly concrete. That's from the old runway when it was a B-17 training airfield. So part of it is paved. I think the infield part, like all this part, is paved, and then it goes back onto the concrete for the back for this part here onto the back straight, and then back onto the main front and then turning back towards, going towards the rest of the circuit. So you can definitely see where the change is between the concrete. And so the concrete portion is very bumpy. Yeah, it used to be a training base, World War II training base for B-17 pilots. And then when they closed it down, somebody came up with the idea to turn it into a racing circuit. And it's been, I think, since the 50s, it's been a racing circuit. And it's been, continually improved. And, there's a hotel right here that's probably very expensive to stay at. It looks very posh. I'm sure you have to get a reservation well in advance. Camping, usually, especially by turn 10, goes very quickly as well. So, yeah. And actually, if we go up here by Savannah, there is a racetrack in Savannah. Well, across from Savannah. Right there. It's an old racetrack. Wait, no, that's not it. Where is... Nope. It's all around the Gulf. There it is. Right there. This little area right here. This is a racetrack right here. That whole portion right there. There's the pit area right there. That's been around for quite some time. They say it's one of the oldest racetracks in America. But yeah, there's a golf course there. Fancy hotel. I think the Westin Hotel is right here. But you can take the ferry across from here over to the Westin docks right there, and then you can walk. So yeah. All right. Wait a few more minutes. We're almost set to go. I think I'll go ahead and spawn in, and then we'll get the aircraft set up, get ready to go. So yeah, it'll be a morning flight. Not the sun should be up well enough by now. It won't be too dark, but it'll be a nice morning flight. So all right, so we need to add some fuel just to be on the safe side. I'll put about 65. I'll just make it 70. I think that should be a good. All right, there's that. I need to figure out what is our climb and maintain 9,000. Nice. Yeah, Shelby was there as well to race. Yeah. Yeah, Carol Shelby did race quite a bit in the early years of racing in America. Let me change my... Oops, no, it did not. Oh, okay. 30... Oops, wrong one. There we go. You did say 3014, right? Yep, 3014. Okay. There we go. There's that. Let's get that on. All of our lights should be on. Yep. there's that. Let me see what else. We need to set up that. I do believe. Nope, maybe not. Nope, it's set. All right, perfect. That's not what I wanted. Oh, it won't let me change it. Okay. All right. Oh, come on. Oops, that's not what I wanted. This out to 10 nautical miles. There we are. There's that. Alright. Flaps are all set. There's our lovely Pan Am liveried Cessna 208. Clipper, it was the official call sign for Pan Am before they folded. Some many years ago, almost 30 years ago now, I think it is. At least 30. It's rather sad. They were one of the longest, they were one of the first international carriers out of America, out of the United States, before TWA and other airlines were created to compete with them. All right. I think we're going to get going here in just a second. I think everything else is set. Oh, you know what I need to get is my vertical speed. Oops. Oh. There we go. All right, folks, we're going to get in the air. There we go. We are on our way. The old crusty salute to Jacksonville, or to Gainesville. Alright, it's going to go back all the way to that line and then hang a left again. increase the vertical speed just a smidge. Right, there we are. Okay. Still climbing. Not getting harassed about climbing quicker. It's a good thing. Tomorrow we will be back in the same aircraft. We will be going from Schenectady to Rochester. We'll be in New York. Apologize if that was too loud for folks. Sorry. Oops. What else? Oh, yeah, we got the weekly update, developer update coming out later today. I did look at, on the flight sim forums. So the developer Q&A session a week from today will cover nothing but Sim Update 10. They will not be, that is their whole focus. I'm thinking any questions asked will be regarding, they're looking only for questions about Sim Update 10, not much else. So yeah, they do have that coming up. So yeah, it's that's their main focus next week is Sim Update 10 questions, concerns, whatever. Wonder if Bex is lurking. Oh, I should say Bex is the honorary first officer for the flight today. Happy birthday, Bex. Pear will be the honorary first officer because his birthday was yesterday, and I did not. I found we were already in the air. Well, we were kind of already in, but yeah, Pear will be the honorary first officer, even though it's a few days after his birthday. It's okay. All right, we're almost at 10,000 feet. If I press this. Hello, Mela. How are you? Oh, look at all these clouds. No doubt it's hot and humid down here right now. Oof. I'm good, thanks. Yeah. So yeah. So check this out. So the coffee table, or the coffee, the TV dinner table is still en route. So I got on Amazon this morning after I got up and filed for a refund. Now get this. If I want the refund, if the item arrives, right, then I have to take it back to a UPS store and show them a code. They'll scan it, they'll print a label, and then they'll ship it back at no cost to me. But my curiosity is, so what happens if the item never arrives before the 8th of September? Because they give me between now and the 8th of September to ship it back. If I don't ship it back, then they're not going to issue me a refund. So what happens if the item is completely lost, like it's gone? So I guess I have to contact UPS and say, do you even know where my item is at all? Is it, because it's like it seems to be lost in their system, or it's been stolen, or it's. My only other option thinking is that it was put on the wrong vehicle, and sent somewhere else, and they just don't even know where. They haven't figured that out quite yet. So I got to deal with that later this morning to be like, do you even know where it is? And if not, then you'll need to contact Amazon and say that the item's lost. You don't know where it is, so they can process my refund a lot quicker. So, good stuff. Good times, good times. So, so tomorrow we'll be in the 208B again. Schenectady to Rochester. Shouldn't be a very long flight. Probably somewhat similar to this today. And then we will back on Saturday, P-38 Lightning. That is Cheyenne, Wyoming to Ainsworth. I think South Dakota. I know it's one of the Dakotas. I think I put it in for the flight plan for tomorrow. Or for Saturday, I mean. Let me see what I wrote down. It is yesterday. Nebraska, I'm sorry. Ainsworth, Nebraska. So Wyoming to Nebraska. On oh, hold on a second. Oh yeah. Yeah, well, it's I had pasta last night for dinner, Mella. Um yeah, it's just it was scanned departing, and but it's never been scanned anywhere else. So I don't think they even know where it is, quite possibly. So that's fine. It'll get sorted one way or the other. But when I was on the Amazon site this morning, and they were like, "Well, if you want the refund, you're gonna have to ship it back to us." So it's still en route. Well, now I got to deal with UPS and find out if they even know where it is. So, yeah. So anyway, so yeah, and then Sunday no streams. We'll finish up our last 3 flights to Indonesia, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I will be in a hiatus. I will not be streaming. I'll be flying, but I probably will not be on the multiplayer unless, well, I might leave it on. I don't know, but I'll be testing part of it is I'll be testing the Concorde, doing the flights, checking everything after Sim Update 10 is released, what's working, what's not, and then. Yeah. So there may be, yeah, the former Dutch East Indies. Yes, that's correct. It's an old 1930s KLM route, taking business folks from Amsterdam to the Dutch East Indies, where there was the Dutch, I think it was the Dutch East Indies Trading Company. So it was, it took about a week in real life for them to do the whole flight. We had to break it up because that was just too much flying for me, as I said the other day. So we'll conclude that on Wednesday, and then I'm gonna go into hibernation mode a little bit, sort some things out, revamp the plan for September. Going forward, I think it's only going to be 4 days of streaming. Yeah, it'll be Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Fridays, what I'm thinking about doing, we'll see how this works. We'll give it a shot for like maybe September, and if it doesn't generate any interest or anything, then we won't do it. But what we'll do, well, other than one of the Fridays will be an official stream with the Concorde departing from JFK going to Heathrow. And then what I want to do with the Concorde, I don't want to just fly it one time on a stream and then we don't never fly it again. I'm going to find the other routes. You know, we could do Heathrow to JFK. I think there was, France, Air France flew it. So whatever, I can try to find that information, right? Oh, yep, I was there, Milla. Yeah, it was a good flight. Really nice scenery. Yeah. So, anyway, as I was saying, so what we'll do is I'm going to research the other routes for the other airlines that operated the Concorde. I know British Airways was one, Air France was the other, and I think Singapore Airlines or Air Singapore or something like that was a third one. So I'm going to do those routes as well in the future, but leaving the long haul jetliners out of the equation. Okay, I'm just going to make that clear. I'm not looking to do 6 or 7 hour flights. You know, because I can plan around my flight for the Concorde. I'll have a specific date or something for that, so that I have all the, you know, necessary things in place for that to do that stream. But general aviation stuff, stuff within reason. If what we'll do is I'll show, I'll open up the hangar basically, and we'll scroll down, and everybody says, "Yep, fly that plane." Not the 747, not the 787, not the 737, the A320 or A321 maybe, but it cannot be a long, like 5 or 6 hour flight. Okay, those are the rules. So we'll try that. And so if people want to see more of the Cessna 208, for instance, I'll be happy to fly it. But you pick the plane. I'll find a sufficient route for us to fly. No, it's very hard to do, Para, because there's only so many airports that could handle the Concorde. It needs a certain length of runway to land. So there's JFK was one of them, Heathrow, I think De Gaulle, and maybe one more. No, I can't do that. That's a little that's kind of difficult to do. No, I'd rather do, because you're flying at twice the speed of sound. So I don't mind that part, but outside of that, that's what I'm talking about. I don't want to go back to, oh, can you fly from here to here? It's not a view requested route. We'll scroll through the planes that I have available, and if everybody, if people say that one, if we have a pretty good, we have enough people say, yep, fly that one, then I'll do that. But the 747, the 787, the 737, stuff like that. The A320, if it's like a 2-hour flight, I can do it, but that's like the flights, like what we did with the Junkers 52. That's easier to break up into shorter flights, because there's I can find an airfield along the way usually and say, okay, I can fly from here to here, and that's about a 3-hour flight. That's reasonable. I can do that in one sitting. But yeah, I don't want to break that up, because we're in the air, and as long as we do all of our stuff at the right time, we'll have enough fuel to get there and all that. So no, it'll be fine. It's just that I don't want people to expect that they're going to pick a 747 and I'm going to do that's a lot of flying. So, but the Concorde, I want to fly the original Concorde routes, what they flew. So, but that's something I can plan for in advance, not the day of. That's the thing. So I have to make sure I have, snacks and, something to keep me going on that flight. And I have to take regular restroom breaks, get up and stretch. Yeah, Singapore. Yeah, that's what I thought. So yeah, we'll do that. But yeah, it won't be broken up. I don't know that. Well, I would imagine they probably had a few airfields or airports along the way that, if they had an emergency, that they could probably just narrowly land somewhere. But otherwise, yeah, it would be. But yeah, I don't want to plan for some, stopping along the way. I want to do the whole route, start to finish. But yeah, we're gonna scale back to only 4 days a week. So there won't be any Saturday or Sunday streams or Tuesdays um, for a while, I think, just to see if how that goes. Because I think trying to fly 7 days a week and trying to come up with interesting places and stuff like that, it's yeah. And part of it too, well, I wouldn't say part of it. So I also noticed, and I wasn't going to say anything about it, but now that I started thinking about it, I might as well talk about it. So somebody has been going on the YouTube channel only in the last few days, or the last week, I should say, and just randomly put a thumbs down. Now, I've asked if somebody has constructive criticism of my stream and how I do things, I'm willing to listen, but that does not necessarily mean I'm going to take your advice and change anything, okay? Also understand that we're all human. We all have our good days, our bad days. Sometimes we're in between, you know. Sometimes it does feel like, I'm doing all this stuff and nobody could be bothered until I get ready to land, and I know I kind of joke about it, but it's just like, it's one of those things that just perplexes me. I don't know why that is, but that seems to be the case lately. I don't get it, but anyway. So, I did comment. The first time I saw a thumbs down, I put a comment on the video saying, look, if you have any kind of constructive criticism, please feel free to comment. However, if you're doing it for other reasons, then I don't have anything for you, So it tells, I think part of it is somebody's just being malicious. Yeah. Somebody's just being malicious for no particular reason. I don't know why. I don't, whatever it is. I don't, but they won't say why they're putting the thumbs down. So yeah. Which is fine, I can't stop it from happening, but I think that's what it is somebody's just being malicious, that's all. If I don't like somebody's comment or content, I don't watch it, I don't leave anything. I just say, oh, I watched a few minutes, this is obviously not for me, I'm going to go on with my life. So, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to, if somebody has like, hey, did you think about this or whatever, I'll consider it. Doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to do, and maybe I change plans in the future, but not right away or whatever. But, yeah, I don't quite get why people have to be malicious like that. What does it do? Nothing. Other than it does mess with the, what do they call it? The algorithm. So even if you have like one thumbs up, it does, people may see more of your content. So, I think that's why I think it's not that there's anything that they think I should do better. It's just that they're being malicious, just because that's what's in their hearts. So if you're the person and you watch this video, okay, if you want to say something, if you want to comment on the video when it's on YouTube tomorrow, which will be Friday, if you're watching this on Friday, if you have something constructive to say, by all means put it in the comment section. Otherwise, you don't have to watch my content. Okay? You don't. So please move on. Whoever you are. There's no reason to do what you're doing other than you're just being malicious. And that's why they had to change that, because there were people who were purposely going into somebody's channel and spamming the thumbs down, so but I still see it, and I just kind of gauge, how many people are watching, how many thumbs up do I get. I know I can count on at least one thumbs up from Doris. And if Mick is not in the stream, if he catches up with it on YouTube, I know generally he'll leave a thumbs up. So, yeah. So whoever you are, and I can suppose all day who it is that's doing it, but I'm not gonna give you the satisfaction of saying I know who you are. I can guess, but I don't really know. Yeah, exactly, Para. Move on and get a life. If you don't like the content, you don't have to watch the channel. Or if you don't like a particular plane, just, oh, he's flying that one plane again. Oh, I better not watch it. I'll just let it be. I'm not going to drive myself crazy trying to please everybody, because that's just not going to happen. I already know that. So, still on our way to our first waypoint. Nav point. So, and you putting the thumbs down is not going to deter me in any way. I'm going to still make the content that I'm making. Gatwick, Banger, and Shannon. Ah, okay. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna. That's another thing that I gotta look at is I'll come up with some ideas. I'll look at the more of the history of the Concorde, and when they flew for Air France and for Singapore Airlines. What was their destinations, kind of thing, just to get an idea how long the flight will be, stuff like that, so I can be mentally prepared as much as possible, and all that. So anyway, yeah, but we're gonna scale things back for a bit. I think I may have, once we opened up the multiplayer, because people were asking, and at the time I was like, well, I'd like to kind of just fly on my own. And then I opened up the multiplayer, and then it's like the people who were asking never come back in and are ready to fly with me or want to fly. So I don't really quite understand the, but anyway, so yeah, I feel like my timing may have been really completely off, and it's just rotten luck. And also due to different time zones, a lot of my viewers are scattered all over. And so, I think I'll just leave, like I said, I'm going to leave the multiplayer open. The information is always going to be on the Discord. I'll show again in the morning before we start, but after that it's like I'm gonna spawn in, get the aircraft set up for departure, and we're gonna go. So yeah, I think I've been more than reasonable with the timing. With my time, so. But it also, if on a Friday everybody, maybe they will, Para, I don't know. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I can hope, but I don't know. It's hard to tell sometimes. So, and then you've got more new games coming out as well. You know, the new Call of Duty is still coming out. Some people might jump over to that, and you know, part of it, you know, I was talking to my friend that I played the Division 2 with. That game, as Mello calls it, and I appreciate it. I try to make it good, you know, try to come up with interesting things and interesting things to fly. But what was I gonna say? Part of it too is because he he's got he downloaded the Game Pass version of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I've told him. He said, "Well, I'd join you," but I said, "It doesn't matter if you know or don't." I said, "It's fine. Most people who are new to simming, and Microsoft Flight Simulator in particular, nobody really knows what they're doing at first. It just takes time. But that's part of the I don't want to say issue or problem, but that is what stops a lot of people. A lot of times is they're like, oh, I have to, you know, if I'm going to really do this well, I have to commit this much time to it. A lot of people can't commit time, you know. It is something if it's something you really want to do, you'll commit the time to it. But otherwise, it's kind of like, well, what's you know, I kind of feel like we're near Kennedy, but I don't think that's the case. Ooh, there's a nice baseball stadium down there. Look at that. Or a football stadium. It looks like a stadium of some kind. I wonder if we're near I wonder if we're near Jacksonville. That might be for the Jacksonville Jaguars, maybe. It does look like a stadium. Something. At least from up here it does. I could be wrong. So yeah, it's a time. I think part of it is it's a time thing. Many people don't have the time to to learn something like this sim, and so they're just like, well, yeah, I think I'm just, you know, it sounds like fun, but nah, it's just not for me. It's one of those things that it's either it's um, oh oh, there was a different line there. I thought we were getting ready to turn there. That's something else. Okay. I feel like we just went by Kennedy. Yeah, I think we did. I think that was Kennedy Space Center back there. Maybe. I don't know. Kind of has that feel, but I could be wrong. Yeah. If we're near Jacksonville, that might be the football stadium for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Football team. So, yeah, I think that's part of the issue. People get excited about it, and then they're just like, well, you know, it's like people, you know, when people pick up golf, they're like, oh, this is going to be amazing, and then they struggle with their swing, and and so instead of sticking with it and working through it, they're just like, screw it, and then they spend all the money on the clubs, and you know, the whole you know, they go out and buy new clubs instead of just saying, well, I'll go find a set of used clubs, and that way it's not costing me, you know, a ton of money. So, yeah, I'd hope that people would be inspired and want to fly along, and I think people want to. I think it's just that I have picking the time that I pick to do my stream has not worked out. I think it's just yeah. It's just not working. So, but like I said, the multiplayer will always be open. I'm just, you know, But like I said on Fridays, if somebody wants to fly and they're like, can we fly this one particular plane? I'll fly with you because I want to learn how to fly it, or learn how everything works. We can do that. But otherwise, I'm just gonna pick. If nobody wants to pick anything, then it's gonna be captain's discretion. So, I would like to have some interaction with the viewers in that respect. I'm hoping that it would encourage people to be like, yeah, fly this, and and then they might want to join along. But I think we will be heading over. I think where we are in relation to things. I think we already passed. I think we're over in Georgia airspace. We should be talking to Atlanta Center here pretty soon, I think. Well, though Jacksonville does stretch out pretty far, but I think as we get closer to Savannah, then we'll talk to Atlanta Center. Right now we're turning up here. So, yeah, I don't know. But I think after I have just streaming only 4 days, I think that'll be a good break. Trying to do this 7 days a week is a bit much. I sit here and I spend time coming up with flight plans and say, oh, we've not been here before, or let's fly here, kind of thing, and yeah. I know. Yes. Yeah, it's called. What's it called? There is stuff. Well, so there's FS hubs, but it's not so much like contract work. They have, if you become a member, just a base member, right? They have all kinds of stuff you can do, right? And it's easier on the PC side, right? You get achievements if you do this particular flight. Now the airline, under Firefly Airlines, right? They also have like little routes that they do that if you want to, you can do them. It's entirely up to you. They do have their own flight challenges, kind of thing. I don't know so much that it's contract, but what is Sky something? There is something that does something like that. What is it called? Yeah, but I know there's. All right, take care, Mella. See you later. Be safe. Thanks for stopping by. All right, just a slight correction. Okay. Yeah, there is some kind of a site for it. Yeah, Kip Off the Ground, I think, flies stuff like that for his channel. Like, it'll be like either a passenger flight or a cargo flight or something. God, I can't remember the name of it now. Well, I mean, it's. I think too. It depends on how much you want to put into the sim. Like any sim. If you want to spend a lot of time on it, you can. If you only have like an hour or two a week, then do what you can. But it's. but in order to improve, it does take time. That's the thing. It's not easy. You know, like Joseph was saying last night, well, if I had flight sim, you'd have to... It's really, part of it is you have to be willing to put the time in to learn all the particulars. I think, well, they do want to have that. Well, they do have it. It is on the PC side. I know that much. I don't remember what it's kind of like FS Hubs, I think, that you, in a way that you sign up, you create an account, and then you go through and you look at, okay, today I'm going to fly from here to here, right? And this is what we're doing. We're hauling this, you know, like if we were in the Cessna 208, we're going to haul some passengers and some freight from Gainsville to Augusta, right? That sort of thing. What's our altimeter reading? Oh, wow, that's a significant change. There we go. So, what was I saying? So yeah, it does take time, you know. They have, I think, kind of what I saw. So they have daily flights on FS Hubs, right? That you can do. There's a short range, medium range, and long range. There's 3 different flights to pick, and you can do all 3 for the daily, or you can do the short one or the whichever one you want to do, or you can do all 3. So I know that they're talking about bringing something like that to the Xbox eventually. They want to be able to have the ability for you to sign into your account, and they'll automatically log the miles for you. Like, that's what on FS Hubs. That's what happens if you're on the PC. When you take off and land, it records your landing speed and everything. It all that information it's available very quickly. But for me on the Xbox, I have to manually put in every flight that I do, and which is fine, because I enjoy being a part of the Firefly airline community. I just didn't think I was going to be able to because I'm on the Xbox. And Viper Strike was the one that told me, no, all you got to do is go create the account and then become part of Firefly, and you'll get accepted, and you know, it's all good. But yeah, it's just that I have to put every flight in manually. That's the only drawback. So, but there is something. God, I wish I could remember the name. It's going to drive me nuts. I feel like the name is it might be based out of the Phoenix, Arizona airport. Sky Park, or maybe that's what it was, Sky Park. Anyway, the name reminds me of the name of the airport there in Phoenix, so they may be virtually based out of Phoenix. But yeah, if I remember, I've seen Kip on the ground. Some of the flights he's done that he's posted videos on YouTube. He'll talk about, yeah, he did this flight for, that's a contract job kind of thing. So, yeah. Right, so we are near, there's Savannah, that's ASV, and that's Hunter Army Airfield, I remember that. So Savannah proper is just above that up here, somewhere, if I remember correctly. Savannah Hilton Head Airport. All right. But Yeah, that one I do remember. I'm sure there's other ones out there, but that's the only one that I remember hearing of on a regular basis. So I mean, that part of it too is like, I would, whenever I do some of these flights, I come up with like a little backstory. Okay, today we're flying from here to here. This is what our um, um but yeah, FS Hubs is a good place to start. Um, you don't have to be a member of an airline, but you can look up the information. You could pick one, or if somebody's like, "Hey, join our airline," and you can fly. You don't have to fly. You know, you can fly whatever you want to fly for however long you want to fly. So, all right, we're turning towards the next waypoint is Whoopee. Nope, ALD. Okay, so once we get closer to ALD, I'm going to start dropping some altitude. We'll go down to 11,000 or 12,000, then 11, then 10, then we'll be ready for 8. Um, yeah, yeah, here, I'll show you. It's FS Hubs. That's how you search it. I think. No, sorry, no S. It's FS. That one, not this one. Oh. Can't even delete my own comment. Anyway, the second one, not FSS Hubs. FS Hub. And you just create a free account. And then if you want to join an airline, you have to apply, and then they'll review your application. And then you're all set once you're accepted. So then you just start flying, and you track your hours and your landing rates. And well, for you on the PC, it'll be much easier to do. There's a way to link it all together, and it tells you how to do all that. But if you want to be part of the Firefly airline, which is, if you want to do that, you have to join the Two-Tone Murphy Discord, and then and then put in your application for Firefly Airlines, and then but yeah, they have all kinds of information. If there's issues on the PC side, they talk about it in the Discord as well. But Two-Tone Murphy, their community, Captain Arish is part of it, Allison Johnson's part of it, Two Cats, all kinds of people are part of the Two-Tone Murphy community, and absolutely amazing people, always welcoming. Doesn't matter where you are from in the world or anything. If you want to be a part of it, they're more than happy to have you along. So, right there is Hunter Army Airfield. I do believe, or is that? Wait, 1 second. Yep, that's Hunter. I think it's time to buzz the tower. So there's downtown Savannah, right over here. We've been around that area numerous times. Yeah, their community is absolutely amazing. Like, the stepping stone for me was Captain Arish rating my channel, then meeting Allison and everybody else. And if you have questions or you're stuck or whatever, they'll be more than happy to help you out. Especially the PC side, there's more on that I don't quite understand that happens. So if you have problems, they have like a lot of experts who would be like, if you do this, this, and this, it should fix the problem. You know, so yeah, they're always willing to help people out. Or if you just want to fly, you know, on those Mondays and Wednesdays with Captain Arish, if you want to fly with them, you know, you just find them on the server and they'll join them. If you get on his Discord, he usually, like, before he flies, he'll put out the route on, he'll show everything on SkyVector. It's an easy way to kind of plot out a flight plan, and then, you know, you can try to, you know, you can just put in the departure airport and the arrival, and you just follow them along. You know, yeah, if that's what changed things a lot for me, for the sim, was when meeting Captain Arish and the Compass Club, and then eventually Allison and everybody else. Really amazing group of people. Right there's Savannah Airport. Yeah. So there's plenty of people out there who, you know, if you only want to fly once a week, and you pick, you know, like when Allison and Captain Arish are doing the Amelia Earhart flights, you know, there may be a 7-hour flight in total, but they'll, you know, there's airports along the way. If you only want to fly like 2 hours, you can fly for 2 hours, and they're like, hey, if that's all you want to do, that's fine. You know, they're not going to hold it against you. See this railway depot. I think that's a railway depot. Looks like a rail yard right there. That's CSX. No, Norfolk Southern. I know they had another yard over near Hunter Army Airfield. Remember that. Where are we at now? 50. So yeah, it's one of those things. It's as much time as you want to put into it. You know, whatever works. I'm surprised we didn't talk to. I'm surprised we're not talking to Atlanta Center. Interesting. Yeah, we'll get about 10 nautical miles out and we'll start dropping some altitude. Ready to land. Yeah, I can't talk enough highly about them. You know, they've been absolutely wonderful people. Yeah, good stuff. And if you want a funny take on the latest news for Microsoft Flight Simulator, Two-Tone Murphy and I want to make sure I pronounce this correctly. I always get my tongue twisted on this. Two-Tone Murphy in Gibbo, Ireland. Talk about the news for Microsoft Flight Simulator. They have like a little news show, and it's absolutely it's a crack up. So if you haven't seen them ever do that, do check them out. I know they're on Twitch, and Two-Tone Murphy's on Twitch, and then they do their show on Twitch, I believe, as well. and then they put it over on YouTube, I think. I don't know why I always want to say Giblow. It's Gibbo, Ireland. Yeah, quite hilarious way of talking about upcoming stuff for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Alright, so we're 40 nautical miles to our next nav point. We're going to start dropping some altitude here in a minute. We get a little bit closer. Preparation for landing there in Augusta, Georgia. Never made it to the golf course there, Augusta National. I would have liked to seen the whole, the golf match there. Even if it's just been for one day. But I hear tickets, it takes, you gotta get your tickets well in advance. It's not cheap either. I imagine EA would probably have to pay a small a very hefty fee, not a small fee, a hefty fee to Augusta National to use the name of for their golf course. I'm sure that would not be cheap to do. I'm still curious to know how much did Dovetail Games pay Burlington Northern Santa Fe for to be able to use their liveries and name on their locomotives for Train Sim World 3. Because it seemed for quite some time they were like, it's just not going to happen. They were very clear that they had approached BNSF at some point, and they were just like, nah, no thank you. But, yeah. It's coming in. Still talking to Jackson. I would have thought by now we would have been in Atlanta Center Air. All right. 31 nautical miles, all right. Getting there. So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, usual time in the stay in the Cessna 208B, heading from Schenectady to Rochester. We'll be up in New York tomorrow for that flight. The information. Matter of fact, I'm just going to do a solid right now. I'm going to go ahead and post the information in the Discord right now, so I don't forget later on. Sometimes I do. And there's tomorrow's flight information. Ta-da. There it is. So yeah, that's there. Ooh, I did get a nice picture, I think, when we took off. The sun was still coming up a little bit, so I think I'm satisfied with that one photo. Be one more. Get a couple snapshots here. Ooh, that's kind of an... Oh, I like that one. That's perfect right there. Look at that. Yeah. There we go. Doesn't get much better than that. Well, it could get better, but we have some nice clouds. I'm just going to go ahead and drop it to ask for 12,000 feet. Okay, wow. Goodness gracious. I was trying to have a nice, easy descent to 12,000. All bossy and stuff. Alright, so I will stay right here for right now. Level off at 12. So interestingly enough, if you can see up there in the right next to the 12,000, the green, it says 2,500. That is our minimums. It's already, that's the great thing about this version of the Garmin, the working titles G1000 NXI. It already it has a lot of that information already. And then also if we go to procedures, right? Actually, if we scoot over here, we zoom out a little bit more. All right. So if you see right here, if we miss the airport, there's like our missed approach information. It's already built in. So all we have to do is hit that procedure, and then the aircraft already has the route put in for us. Okay. So that's the amazing thing about this. it's already in there. You don't have to go like look at your chart and go like, oh, okay, if I miss the approach, what do I do? Where do I go? It's already right there for you. That's the cool thing. And after when Sim Update 10 comes out, this will be the new, all the aircraft that have like a G1000 system. This will be the new face for it. So yeah, it's pretty handy, I think. Lots of cool information. Alright, so almost to that nav point there. Got 10 nautical miles to go. And then we're going to drop some more altitude. Out of the fridge, have to empty it because it's good for less than 1 month. Oh. You mean you have to drink it before it goes bad? Is that what you mean, Farrah? I guess Addie's is... I wonder if he passed out working in the heat. Oh, okay. Yeah, a lot. Interestingly enough, a lot of places now are trying to encourage people to buy food that is like a day or so away from expiring, but they'll get it at a cheap price, but you have to use it like that day. Otherwise, it's completely useless. But yeah, I don't know. He said he would be in if he had the chance, if he took a break, but I don't know. Well, no, I know what's going to happen. Just as usual, he'll pop in just as I'm getting ready to land. that's the new norm. Bit of a turn coming up here. Yeah, he is. I agree. Absolutely. But yeah, that's my guess. Is he'll pop in right when I'm getting ready to land. Or while I'm taxiing off the runway, that's when he'll show up. Ask for 11,000 feet now. So we're already there. So we get to our Let me expedite that. Before they even ask. Oh, that's good. I've never really been a big fan of iced coffee. I tried it a couple times and I'm just like, this really didn't do it for me. But some people, that's how they prefer their coffee. Zip down to 11,000 fairly quickly. Alright, take care, Para. I bought it if I don't have time in the morning to make it. Oh, okay. Gotcha. That looks like a rainstorm up ahead almost. See that right there? Huh. That looks like a rainstorm. Alright, take care, Para. I'll catch you later. Yeah, I thought Bex was going to pop in and I'd sing her happy birthday. I guess she's shy right now. Alright, so you can barely make out, that's our track going into, our leg going into the airport there. Let me zoom out just a bit. Oops, that's in. Alright, so let's just have a look here. So basically, this is our final approach. We're going to land, but if we were to miss, we would follow this route out and around, and then we would be kind of like in a holding pattern until we got clearance to try to land again. We won't worry about that. Oh, we are kind of heading towards those really nasty looking clouds. We might have to fly through a little bumpy weather. All right, now we're going to go down to 10. All right, so we're on our way to this nav point here, CAE, and then from there we're going to turn, kind of like almost make a U-turn and head back towards our airport, Augusta. Somewhere out there in the distance. I am going to take this, I'm going to leave this out here. I'm going to take this opportunity to take a quick break. I will be right back, folks. All right, I'm back. There, I think that's, yeah, a little past that is our. So it looks like we're going to kind of cut the corner there, and a hard left. Come back around. Yeah, look at that. Look at those clouds. Whew. Why does that seem? Where's that at? That they're at 736 feet. It's like they're floating there. Run the ad break real quick, folks. We might catch a little bit of this storm right here. Looks like a storm. And we're flying towards it, or we're flying towards it, and it's moving towards us. We might catch the edge of that. It's going to get a little bumpy, I think. Ooh, wow, the clouds definitely just changed. Like all of a sudden we got a little overcast. Like the sun definitely went away. Interesting. Well, this is quite the development. How is this going to play out? Another exciting adventure here on the Uncle B Sim channel. Never know what might happen. Yeah, I don't think we're going to go all the way there. It looks like we're going to go short in this turn. That's going to be a hard left turn coming up. Just dark looking cloud, but maybe it's raining there in real life. I don't know. Once I'm just going to ask for it now. Alright folks, we're almost there. Thanks for everybody sticking around. Lurkers especially. Watch, the numbers are going to start to go up here in just a moment. I have a feeling. You know what I'm thinking about doing for Monday's flight? I mean, that's going to be a bit of a... Let's just have a look here while we're descending and getting ready to land. Monday's flight. 250 nautical mile flight is, or well, that's like the majority of our flight on Monday will be 250 nautical miles. Singapore to Palembang. Let me look at this airport name here. Palembang. Not sure how to pronounce it correctly, but anyway. And on Tuesday, we have a leg that's 255 nautical miles. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to stream the whole flight. I'm just going to stream like the last 45 minutes or so. Yeah. Yeah, I'll get like a vast majority of the flight done, and then I'll start the stream. That way I can just focus on I can just do the flying part. Don't have to worry about the stream, looking at the chat and everything. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday's flight's going to be too short enough that we're just going to take off, fly for a little bit, and then we'll be on the ground. So... I'll update my notes for Mondays and Tuesdays flights, kind of get an idea of where I'll start the stream at once we've been flying for a little while. So what was I going to say? So yeah, it won't be the stream will not start at 7:10 I'll still put out the information if you want to fly along with me, but I'm going to pause. We'll start the stream at some point. I don't have an estimated time. I'll try to put in the, I'll give a 10-minute warning on the Discord before I go live, and then yeah, we're just going to do that for Monday and Tuesday. Okay, we're almost there, folks. I think I'm going to ask for another 2,000 feet reduction. Ooh! Oh no! What? No! 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 I did not want 10,000. Oh! Oh! Shoot! I wanted to decrease. I hit the wrong one. Alright, so it looks like what we're going to do is we're going to pass... Okay. So we're going to go around, we're going to do a loop around, and then we're going to line up for landing, it looks like. Alright, so let's just have a look again here. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna go through here, we're gonna kind of do a loop around, and then we're gonna line up for landing. So we still got a little bit to go, but we're in good shape. And then, so once we are here, at Gapta, Gate. Anyway, right there. Then we're on approach, and then it looks like that would be our missed approach information up here. That little, you go here, and then follow the directions to here, and then you would basically circle around in a holding pattern. Okay. All right, there's our transition point juxer. No. Oh my God. Why would you... No, we're going to stay right here. No, I'm not going to go at 8,000 feet to the flight. No. Oop, oop, oop. Sorry, folks, you're going to hear the naggy. ATC keep telling me to go to. Oh, did he say 23009? I know there was an update. The altimeter. What was it? 300. Well, we're just going to stay right here, folks. All right, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do it. I'm not going to listen to them complain. Watch, just after we start climbing, that's when they're going to tell us to descend and maintain something else. Let's just play the game. Let's play their game. So the bad part is, really, if you think about it, see? I just don't, I never understand the mindset of the in-sim ATC sometimes. Oop, other way, other way, other way, other way, other way. There we go. I'll see if that had been a real life flight. I think the passengers would have been like, we would have started climbing and then we're nosing over now. Like, what just happened? Anyway. All right, we're getting there, folks. We're going to kind of keep an eye on this flight plan because this is a little bit. This isn't how it looked in the when I made the flight plan on the world map. This particular part here, it was almost like we were going to go here and then we were going to turn and line up. It was supposed to be so somewhere. I don't know where this comes from. I don't know if this is like the new approach route for this runway, for this airport. Possibly. Looks like a bunch of softball fields for kids, or yeah, it's like a baseball park right there. Softball, baseball, whichever. Used for both. Alright, so there we go. We're following that around. Okay, that's... Oh, so there's Jukester. We're going to fly back towards that here in a moment. And then we'll turn... Alright, so that's what we got left right there. We're almost there, folks. There we go. Now we're going to straighten out and then we'll get back on track just a little bit. Ooh, bumpy. A little bit of gust of wind there. Oop, now it's going to turn again. There we go. All right, we're almost there, folks. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the first bit of flaps. Start slowing down a bit. Airport's over here somewhere. Looks like maybe right about there. That's what I'm guessing. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe that's a bit off. No, it's got to be over this way a bit more, I think. I never know. I'm always a bit nervous whenever we have a route that does something like what we just did. Because in the past, I think what's happened is the autopilot seems to think that, you know, it gets things confused, and so it just goes into this kind of weird mode where it doesn't know which way to go next. So it feels like they've kind of sorted a lot of that. But again, like when I think about how I built the flight plan today in the world map, there was nothing that suggested that at least not that I can remember seeing on the world map, that little bit of the flight plan right there where we did that kind of loop around, then get ready for line up on a final approach. So yeah, kind of strange stuff. Wild and wacky. Never a dull moment here on the Uncle B Sim channel. Alright, so we are turning. See, that looks almost like an airport there. Let's see where we end up at on the lineup. Well, maybe I'm right. Maybe that is it right there. No, just a little bit back. I don't see any lights or anything. Although maybe that's it right there. I'm guessing that's it right there. All right. Yep, that looks like our runway right there. All right. You guys have made me look foolish. Here I thought everybody was going to pop in now. I just don't understand my audience. I'm sorry. I don't know from one moment to the next what you all are going to watch or not watch. I don't know. I just don't understand it. All right, so as I was saying before, what we're going to do is, this is a what they call a non-precision approach, the RNAV approach. So we're just going to get lined up, and then I'm going to cut the autopilot off and the nav mode off, and we're just going to hand fly it all the way in, the rest of the way in. But once we cross this nav point here in front of us, which is Keller, something like that. Well, we're inbound, I can tell you that. Get our final altimeter reading. go. It's a little bit of a crosswind, but not too much. But we're at least heading into the wind, kinda. Uh-oh. Sounds like a life flight getting ready to land. Hospital. Either that or it's a news helicopter, which I don't think we have a news helicopter in the area here. Not that big of an area. Ta-da! I knew it. Hello, Joseph. Boy, if Para was here now, he'd say, "Yep, you predicted correctly, Rob." I'm glad I had a little extra fuel on board. Alright, let's cut the nav mode. Let's fire the autopilots. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and fly this in ourselves here. Oh, I so wish Para was here right now. He'd probably fall out of his couch laughing so hard. You finished early. Okay. Well, sorry it was too hot for you to work. Yeah, a bit of a crosswind. That's okay, we got this. Well, that's the important thing to do, not drink anything else, but anyway. Well, at least you're home. No, now it's starting to buffer again. All right, let me refresh that. Folks, so I'll catch up with the chat here in just a moment once we're on the ground. Boy, this thing does not even, it's not like a huge crosswind, but boy, it is just really kind of pushing us all over the place.
500.
feel like I'm doing the landing challenge that I asked Captain Arish to do last night. He was having the same problem. And his crosswind was much worse than this. We're almost in a headwind, so I don't know how we're just getting pushed, unless it's just me overcorrecting on with the thumbstick, which is possible as well. Yeah, we're in a headwind, so I don't know why we're kind of getting pushed all over the place. We're right on the edge of the... There we go. Oops. Did not mean to hit that hard to the left. On behalf of myself, the entire flight crew, including... on behalf of myself and the entire flight crew, including myself and First Officer Bex, we'd like to welcome you to Augusta, Georgia. Local time is 9:29 in the morning. We understand and appreciate the fact that today is just one of them days. And we'll be back tomorrow, but thank you for coming in. Thank you, Joseph. It was all right. We got pushed to the right quite a bit. It was very hard to keep it online. Yep, I will. Thank you. Can I turn there when I get there? How about that? We're back tomorrow. We will stay in the Cessna 208B, Schenectady, New York to Rochester, New York is tomorrow's flight. The information is already available. On the Discord. Okay, of course. We're just going to go over there. We're just going to follow the blue lined road, the blue arrowed road. How about that? Instead of the yellow brick road, it's the blue arrow road. Come on, thing, get moving. There you go. Oh. Yeah, it was a headwind, but we kept getting pushed off. It's kind of weird. It was showing a headwind, but it was almost like there was something else happening. I don't know. Anyway, well, we made it. That's all that matters. We'll go over here and park. We'll wrap things up for the day. Yeah, next week I'll put the stuff out. I'll get the stuff put together for Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays flights, so that on Sunday I'm just going to publish Monday's flight, of course. But yeah, we will not do the whole flight. I will not stream it all. I'm just going to fly about half of it or 3/4 of it, and then you guys will just catch the approach and landing part of that, or coming in, getting ready to approach and all that. So yeah. But that will, I don't have an exact time as to when the stream will start, so I will try to put something in the Discord saying the stream will be starting in like 10 or 15 minutes. Oh, it is just killing me with this buffering. I don't know what is going on today. So yeah, we're just going to do that, and I'm not gonna stream the whole flight. It's just yeah. And then that'll wrap things up for the middle of July, or middle of August. I'm sorry, I don't know why I think in July. The middle of August, and then we will pick things up towards the end of August, going into September. Only 4 days a week going forward. Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. We were going to nix the Tuesday, Saturday, Sunday flights. for the time, at least through September. It may not be a permanent change, but at least through September, that's how we're gonna. That's the plan for September. Ooh, wow, that's wow. Everything this wow, lighting really changed. Like it just got dark all of a sudden, darker. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Oh, come on, plane. Yeah, I know. I like to turn more to the left. I'm trying to get the plane moving again. Thank you. All right, let's go ahead and let's get our lights off real quick, and then we'll. Go ahead and shut this down. I think I have to hit the battery button once the engine stopped. There we are. All right. An hour 58. So I think it was so yeah, we got there a little bit past the expected time, but I don't know why. That's kind of interesting. But anyway, let me put this information over on FS Hubs. We're in the Cessna 208. There it is. We took off from KGNV at 11:25 and arrived at KAGS at 13:23. Bingo. All right, and I'll put the picture on later. Oops. Minimize my stuff too quickly. All right. So, yep, that will do it for today, folks. Thank you all for coming in and hanging out. Back tomorrow in the 208B, the Grand Caravan, heading from Schenectady to Rochester. We'll be in New York. Not sure how long that flight will be, but we'll get that one done. What in the world is going on with... I think Twitch is just having fits today. It just wants to keep buffering. I don't know. Anyway, so that'll be it for today. Do enjoy the rest of your Thursday morning, afternoon, or evening, early Friday, depending on where you are in the world. I have been and always shall be your host and pilot, Uncle B. Until tomorrow, peace. Live long and prosper.